East beats West as it's crossover time for Miami in the MAC. The Redhawks are right in the middle of the battle. The Miami women lean on junior Maggie Boyer for the complete package as they are two in the Western Division race. And on the ice, the nation's leading scorers help the Redhawks earn a split at Michigan State. All the details are coming up next on Miami Magazine. It's all right here, right now.
Welcome to Miami Magazine on the Miami Sports Network from IMG College on ONN. Presented by Dickerson Distributing and Anheuser-Busch. Bringing you Bud Light. G&J Pepsi-Cola Bottler of Hamilton. Bringing you Pepsi. Butler County Visitors Bureau. Online at DestinationButlerCounty.com. And Koenig Equipment. Nothing runs like a deer. And now your host, Tim Bray.
1/3 of the Mid-American Conference schedule in the books, and the Miami Redhawks are right in the scramble with three other teams at the top of the Eastern Division. We welcome you into Miami Magazine. I'm Tim Bray, and in the next half hour, it's men's and women's basketball and college hockey with the Miami Redhawks heading to Notre Dame 2 versus 3 in the CCHA. Enrico Blasi will be here to talk about the weekend. First up, though, head coach Charlie Coles of the Miami Redhawks, and boy, what a weekend at Kent State. You play without two of your starters, and I'll tell you what, going to Kent, it's tough with a full deck to play against those guys.
Oh, yes, it is. It's always tough at Kent. They've got another good team, which is not unusual for them. And we just ran into a buzzsaw. In watching them against Buffalo, to be honest, they weren't very good. Buffalo beat them by 25 points on Wednesday, and but they were a much different ball club yesterday, and we kind of took on how they played at Buffalo yesterday.
You got Nick Winbush with a double-double, and where would you be without him in that game? 15 points, 12 rebounds. In a lot of ways, he's been a pillar of strength most of the season for you.
Nick Winbush has been the thing I'm most proud about with Nick this year is Nick's been a real leader. He's been an emotional leader, and sometimes he gets too much of a leader in the sense that he wants to be everywhere and say everything. But I like that. Nick's been with us. This is his 4th year. He's certainly worked very, very hard. And I'm just hoping and praying that he can finish out the season as strong as he's playing now, because we certainly need it, and it would be a wonderful thing for him.
And he's expanded his game, hasn't he? I mean, everybody thinks he's a jump shooter, but he's driven to the basket and he's boarded.
He's boarded this year. He's driven to the basket. And the other thing he's done, he's got some pretty good post-up moves to go down for him this year.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the games against the West. The East is perceived to be deeper than the West. What's your impressions as we get ready to go into the crossover games?
Well, you know, Tim, to be honest, I haven't done much with the West yet. And looking at all 5 teams. But what I will say is that it becomes really critical now. Because we only play these teams once. And it's very, very important for us to play as well as we can, because now what happens on the east side is that, and I'm sure it happens on the west side, is that you don't want to let anybody get too far ahead of you in the standings. And so I've got a feeling that the East is going to kind of level out a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too.
And so if we're going to be serious about being a MAC champion, then we've got to kick it into a higher gear going into the West Conference play.
All right, and that happens this week. And when you look at Saturday, it's Throwback Saturday. Some of the unretired jerseys will be worn by the players, and actually you're going to have all of the jerseys auctioned off, and it's a big day. And think about this too, it's 2 of the oldest members of the Mid-American Conference out there playing each other, Western Michigan and Miami.
It'll be a great day, and I'm so looking forward to it because it brings back the past. And being a part of the past and seeing the past, most of it firsthand, sadly to say, which means I'm very, very old. But it's been a lot of fun, and I think this game and this occasion, I think our fans are going to really enjoy this production.
Good luck against the Broncos and enjoy Throwback Saturday.
Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, that is head coach Charlie Coles of the Miami Redhawks. Stay with us. We got much more to come on Miami Magazine, including women's basketball and hockey. It's all on the way on Miami Magazine on ONN.
Among guys, Budweiser has become a kind of currency. Helping a friend move gets you a six-pack. Up 3 flights? That's more. Dog sitting for the weekend? Well, that depends on the dog. Riding in the middle seat has its own benefits. The last wing is worth 1. The celery's worthless. Flying blind into a double date for your buddy earns you a case. Though, on occasion, you may owe him. So pay up with the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Awesome again.
Oh my God, this is really good.
That's why your parties are the best.
You should do this for a living.
He's right. You've always been like the best cook.
Ever thought of going to Le Cordon Bleu?
Seriously, you should.
Yeah, you could train with all those experienced chef instructors.
Yeah.
You're an artist. Go work with other
You
artists.
should call the Cordon Bleu today.
Call right now.
Call them.
Seriously.
Do it.
You know you want to.
If you call, you get a complimentary career guide.
Call the Cordon Bleu campus at 1-800-664-0438. 1-800-664-0438.
Pepsi Max, please. Good song.
Great song.
So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh?
Yep.
How many calories?
0.
0?
0.
What are you doing?
YouTube.
Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Let's check the chart with Tim Bray, presented by McCullough Hyde Memorial Hospital, a tradition of caring, a new vision of health.
Welcome back to Miami Magazine. I'm Tim Bray, and it's time to turn our attention to women's basketball, and they're in the midst of a swing through the Western Division of the Mid-American Conference as well. Head coach Maria Fantana-Rosa joins us, and coach, there's been a lot of adversity in the last week, and most of it because of injury to Courtney Osborne. You tried to overcome it. She tried to overcome it against Northern Illinois on Sunday. It just didn't work, and so you're kind of feeling your way through right now.
We are, Tim, and she's such a key element to our team. She's our quarterback on the court and our point guard. She's our leading scorer, and she's been playing very well this year. But when you're talking about fighting through an injury, there's only so much you could do. And she's a tough player and playing hard, but we're just not in sync. It throws off the timing of a lot of things we do.
Yeah, and Courtney, even yesterday or on Sunday, she took a charge late in the game, and I mean, she sacrificed her body. You go down and score, get it to within 3.
She is a competitive player, Tim, there's no doubt, and she's an unselfish player, but she's not even 50% right now. And she's giving us good minutes to still make her better than any other player that we could put out there. But at the same time, it throws everything we do off.
Yeah, now let's talk a little bit about about junior Maggie Boyer, because with Courtney not 100%, you really want the total package with Maggie, and she's giving it to you, and to the point where she's laying it all out there every game.
We've been in most games this year, Tim. Win, lose, preseason, MAC season. And Maggie's that player that every time we asked him to step up, injury to Courtney, she does. Took on a lot of responsibilities playing our point, has had to be our go-to scorer several times this year. And right now, she's our best defender. So we are asking a lot of her, but not just Maggie. We're still continuing to ask everyone else to step up.
Yeah, you think about the shot of Maggie Boyer, and when she's on balance, I think it's one of the purest shots in the game.
She is, and she's a deep three-point shooter. She's developed her middle game, and right now she's still one of our best passers. So offensively, you know, yes, she's got the overall game, but when you talk about her, you'd say she's a shooter first.
As you look into the future here, because as they say, you're still going through the Western Division, talk about the evolution of this team and where are the challenges now as you move forward?
Well, the challenges are we are still a very young team. It's funny because people keep saying to me, well, it's already January. So they have all that experience, but you can't trade senior, junior, sophomore experience to our freshmen, and every player that comes off our bench is a freshman. So with that as a focus, we've got to continue to work on our fundamentals and keep them positive and keep them confident. And that's been a day-to-day, drill-to-drill, possession-to-possession challenge. And our coaches have been putting a lot of energy into it. Our captains have been putting a lot of energy into it. But for us to continue to grow and continue to take steps forward, we've got to make sure that we focus on the fundamentals, and one of those fundamentals is still the confidence piece.
All right, Saturday you play Eastern Michigan at home, part of the doubleheader, the first game of 2 on Saturday afternoon. Anne-Marie Gilbert just continues to seem to produce up there, and Tavalyn James is still there, and she led the Mid-American Conference in scoring a year ago, but she's got help now.
Tavalyn is unbelievable. She's a player that you have to key on. She's fun to watch, not fun to coach against, but fun to watch. And then Cassie Schrock, she's her wingman, and Cassie seems to be a solid, smart player who keeps the rest of them on the same page. But Anne-Marie has Eastern Michigan good because they believe in their defense. Whether it's a good possession or it's not, they play competitive and they play team defense, and that's made them competitive in this Western Division.
This is going to be a big opportunity for Miami. You finally get back home, and in February you're home, so this is the start of something, hopefully.
It is, Tim, and February won't come soon enough for that reason. But you're right, it's huge to win at home, and when you're young and you're on the road, you don't want to keep talking about it because you don't want your team to focus on that. But you and I both know from experience, those home games, you're a little more rested, you're a little more confident, and we need to focus on getting wins at home.
Some friendly rims, let's say.
I hope so.
As head coach Maria Fantana-Rosa, thanks so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks,
Okay.
Tim.
Miami women's basketball home against Eastern Michigan, and you'll see that game here on ONN on Saturday afternoon at 2. Stay with us. More Miami Magazine on the way.
I'm Eric, and this is my Miami experience. When a faculty member takes interest in me, it feels incredible, actually. Miami's reputation has always been to excel, and Miami has taken myself to the next level.
Miami universities are amongst the most inquisitive students I've ever experienced. They think outside the box, they think of new ideas.
As a freshman, I applied for a University Research Award, which I got. So I'm studying bladder development in mice, and I work both with the mice themselves and with mouse stem cells, which allow us kind of more control over the genes that we're working with.
One of the most amazing projects is the Marketing Capstone, and that was in London, and that was the most challenging 6 weeks of my life. I'm on the synchronized skating team here at Miami, and it's really neat to see that every individual contributes such a unique characteristic to the whole team.
A world of experiences. The Miami Experience. Miami University.
So glad you're with us on Miami Magazine. I'm Tim Bray, and Miami hockey is at Notre Dame this weekend. We'll talk to Enrico Blasi during our next segment. And of course, it's Throwback Saturday for the Miami Redhawks. You'll see both games, the Miami women and the Miami men, on Saturday right here on ONN. And you got throwback jerseys, MURedhawks.com for all the auction items as well, all those jerseys. Okay, well, coming up in this segment, we've got Miami All Access with Antonio Ballard, and it is presented by Kroger.
This is Miami All Access, presented by Kroger. Kroger, the exclusive marketplace of the Miami Redhawks. This is Miami All Access, brought to you by Kroger. Here on the floor at Millett Hall, we're joined by the redshirt senior guard of the Miami Redhawks men's basketball team, Antonio Ballard. Tone, you've had more injury problems, I think, throughout your career, but finally healthy and playing probably your best basketball of your career right now.
Yeah, I agree. It feels good to be healthy again and not have to worry about any injuries or any of that, and it feels good to be out on the court with my teammates playing as good as I can.
In the midst of the Mid-American Conference schedule, you have a big road game coming up at Central Michigan. You have a throwback game coming up against Western Michigan. Tell us about this team. A little inconsistent, but you played one of the toughest schedules I think any team has ever played here.
Yeah, I agree, and that's Miami down to a T. We always play a hard game, preseason game, to get us prepared for MAC Conference and see where it put us and see where we need to be throughout that conference. And whenever we come off of a preseason game like that and we come to play the MAC Conference, then it shows us where we are and where we need to be, and hopefully we can collect our rewards after all that.
Well, obviously the goal is the Mid-American Conference Championship, and with a couple of games under your belt in the conference, a little inconsistency. What does this team need to do to strive to be more consistent, I think?
We just need to play together, play hard, and try to keep that going every day, which would go along with the consistency. And if we just play together and work hard and compete, play our hearts out, then I feel like that'll come.
Mm-hmm. One of the trademarks of Antonio's game is your ability to rebound and fly around the basket. It's a pleasure to watch you go after the loose ball, and it's really contributed to the offense because it's given you an opportunity for some easy putbacks as well.
Yeah, I just try to crash as much as I can, because the more rebounds you get, then that's the more of an opportunity of a chance we get to have the ball and to put up numbers. So I just try to crash and try to get my team as many opportunities on offense as I can.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of your teammates, you have another senior forward out there in Nick Winbush that has picked up his game and has become one of the leaders on this team.
Oh yeah, Nick's always been a leader to me since his junior year. He always helps us out. He's big shots. He crashes too when he wants to, when he needs to, and he always gets us going. So I'm glad to be out there on the floor with Nick.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the big guy in the middle for Miami, Julian Mavunga, has been a pretty good model of consistency in terms of points and rebounds and his ability to crash inside as well.
Yeah, going to Julian always gets us going. So I feel like we have to go to him because when he gets going, then his energy we feed off of his energy, and it gets all of us going. So when we're playing well, Julian's definitely playing well. So when we go through him, that all puts us all together.
One of the new features on this year's team are two new point guards. Quentin Rollins, a true freshman, then you have Chris McHenry, a transfer in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A little different, and it took a little time in getting these guys into the program and getting them into the system and actually working like true point guards, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's every year when you have newcomers and freshmen come along. But now we're starting to get that feel for them. They play with us for it's our 18th game, and so we know who's capable of doing what and whose roles, trying to get in there, like who's learning whose role. So playing with those guys and getting it all going is great.
Mm-hmm. As you get ready for the stretch run of the Mid-American Conference race, obviously we talked about consistency. What are some of the other things that you think this team has to do to be able to contend in the MAC East?
Basically just play together, basically what I hopped off of, and coming together, uniting as a team and getting that all going. And after that, I think if we play together and compete every day, then we'll have that.
Well, Tone, best of luck to you throughout the rest of this season. It's been a pleasure to watch you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Antonio Ballard out of Jeffersonville, Indiana, our guest on this Miami All Access, brought to you by Kroger. Thank you for watching Miami All Access, presented by the exclusive marketplace of the Red Hawks, Kroger. For digital coupons and more, check out Kroger.com. Welcome to the City Barbecue Sports Update. For your next event or tailgate party, serve authentic Hickory smoked barbecue. City Barbecue offers full-service catering or delivery and setup for groups of 25 to 5,000. Choose from pulled pork, beef brisket, ribs, and our homemade sides. Call City Barbecue Catering at 513-490-2506 or visit citybbq.com.
So how you liking the taste of that Diet Mountain Dew?
It's great. Unexpected. In fact, since I've been drinking it, I went and got this. Wow.
I know what you mean. Since I tasted it, I went and got this.
taste of Diet Mountain Dew is a powerful thing. Diet tastes better on the mountain.
You don't have to be a world-class athlete to receive world-class care. Wellington Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, the Tri-State's most trusted orthopedic practice for more than 30 years, featuring specialty care in sports medicine and comprehensive orthopedic needs. Plus, 3 after-hours walk-in clinics to fit your busy schedule. Wellington Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, with 7 convenient locations to serve you.
It's understood that if you get up to get a Budweiser, you come back with a round. How you carry that round is a matter of personal preference. There's the 6-pack Strangler, the St. Bernard, the Flock of Geese, the Marsupial, the Sherpa, the Claw, even the more advanced Labrador Retriever. But we always come back with the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Hi, I'm Tom Brenneman for CBTS. Does your technology room look like this? If so, it could put your business at risk. Make CBTS your data center provider of choice. By locating your technology in one of CBTS's premier facilities, you gain a secure environment with power and network. For an affordable monthly fee, start protecting your business today. Call 513-841-6800. CBTS, data centers for business.
Now it's time for the game plan, delivered by CBTS, Technology Solutions for Business.
So glad you're with us on Miami Magazine. I'm Tim Bray, and time now to turn our attention to hockey. And the Redhawks split up at Michigan State over the last weekend, losing on Friday night, but then coming back and posting a shutout on Saturday night. They're back on the road this week at Notre Dame, 2 on Friday and Saturday against the Fighting Irish. Head coach Enrico Blasi is with us. And Coach, to say the least, it was a roller coaster weekend at Michigan State.
You know what, Tim? I thought we played actually pretty good both nights. Friday night was one of those nights where we made a few mistakes. They capitalized. They got a couple of bounces, and all of a sudden, you know, it's 7-4 before you know what happened. But I thought we generated 46 shots on net. I thought we controlled the play for most of the night. Unfortunately, we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but you know, we did get the outcome on Saturday night, and I thought we continued to play with a little bit of a purpose on Saturday.
After Friday night's game, you made the decision to shorten your bench and shorten your roster, go with 3 lines, 15 skaters. What led to that decision, and how difficult was it?
Well, it's been done before. I've been told that I've been crazy before, but you know, it's one of those things. This isn't about a game. This isn't about just a weekend or even a season. This is about our program and what we stand for. And what we stand for is accountability, making sure you're the best that you can be every night and every day. You step on the ice, and when you're not doing that, then it's my job and my responsibility to hold you to a higher level on accountability. And if you're not going to do that, then you won't play. And so that's what we did Saturday night. I thought our guys that played did a great job. They stuck to the game plan, and we got the outcome that we needed.
Yeah, and did you stew over it, or was it a pretty quick decision to okay, this is the way we're going to play on Saturday?
Well, it was a pretty restless night, as you can imagine. It could have gone either way. So, but again, this wasn't just about the night. This was about our program and the message that we were trying to send, not just for this year and not just for this game, but for the rest of the season and the rest of our tenure here at Miami. We're not going to stand for guys not playing up to their capabilities, and we have a responsibility when you step on the ice, and we want you to take that responsibility seriously. We all know it's not going to be great every night, but the determination, the effort, and the accountability, if you will, for your actions have to be at a high level.
And from your perspective behind the bench, how did you coach it? I mean, you had to have just had a tremendously quick line changes in that game, and Andy Mealy and Carter Camper got to see a lot of time.
Well, it doesn't hurt when you have the 2 best players in the country on your team going back to back every shift, and add Cannoni in that. There wasn't much to do on the bench other than making sure guys kept their shifts short, and we did some things on the power play. We did some things 5-on-5 that I thought our guys executed very well. I was laughing at the other bench because they're trying to match lines. I'm thinking, what are you matching lines? We only have 3. So, but the guys played with a passion and a determination that we weren't going to lose that game.
Yeah, and you got Notre Dame this weekend, and the Irish have split the last 2. You've taken 3 of 4, even with all this adversity. You pick up a point, and now you go head to head.
Well, we're right in the thick of things. We have some big weekends coming up, and we'll start with Notre Dame on the road, and the next 2 will be at home. So that'll be a good thing for us. But Notre Dame's a great hockey team. They play well at home, and it was a heck of a battle here in December, and I expect the same. We have to play our best. We have to prepare our best, and then it'll be a flat-out war on Friday night. Both teams are struggling a little bit, and it should be a lot of fun.
3 lines or 4 lines?
We'll just stay tuned then.
Keep them guessing, right?
That's right.
It's a chess match with Jeff Jackson.
Well, it's one of those things right now. You really have to understand your team and where we're at. So we'll worry a little bit about Notre Dame. We'll worry a lot about Miami.
All right. Good luck this weekend against the Irish.
Thanks, Tim.
Enrico Blasi with us, and Miami hockey at Notre Dame coming up this weekend. And that's going to do it for Miami Magazine. Thanks to our entire crew here in Oxford. Be with us next time when we present another edition of Miami Magazine.
This has been Miami Magazine, presented by Dickerson Distributing and Anheuser-Busch, bringing you Bud Light. G&J Pepsi-Cola Bottler of Hamilton, bringing you Pepsi. Butler County Visitors Bureau, online at destinationbutlercounty.com. And Koenig Equipment, nothing runs like a deer. Miami Magazine is a presentation of the Miami Sports Network from IMG College.